be with yourself. You don't need somebody to tell you what it feels like to be inside your head. Just listen to what it feels like to be inside your head. Hey guys! Happy day 23! Man, it's been a minute. It's been a few days. I was on this routine of doing this once a day, and now it's taken me 3 or 4 days, and that's okay. Day 23 is testing out 4 different mindfulness practices. I thought that this would be fun after our willpower exercises that we just did as well, which update, I feel like they've been extremely helpful. So that's good. But yeah, okay, so I guess I'll just go straight into these mindfulness practices that I practiced today. Okay, number 1 is enjoying my breakfast. So I kind of wanted this to be more of a gratitude kind of exercise, like first thing in the morning. Yeah, it's just like appreciating the food that I made for myself, appreciating that I get to have this food, that I get to taste it in all of its capacity. I made French toast today, which I very rarely make French toast, and it's always such a treat for me when I do. It's one of my favorite breakfasts. I don't get it very often, so it was, I think, a perfect kind of breakfast for me to utilize this mindset shift on. Yeah, so I just kind of took my time with it, really enjoyed the process, had fun with it, and yeah, I thought it was a nice, gentle, calm way of starting my day. Another mindfulness practice I did today, number 2, was stretching. Whoa. Guess what? There's no right or wrong way to stretch, really. As long as you're not hurting yourself and other people, girl, go for it. Live your best life. Yes, please. I feel like sometimes I get in my head about like how things should be done. If I'm doing this right, if this is correct, whatever. And at the end of the day, I feel like for stretching, just the important thing is like feeling into your body. And I feel like I don't always do that all the time. I feel like sometimes I'm like rushing around my day. I have a million things on my to-do list, and I kind of forget to appreciate what it feels like to be in my body. And I think that's kind of a theme throughout all of this like mindfulness practice. It's like taking 2 seconds in my day to appreciate what it feels like to be in this body right now. It doesn't have to look cute, it doesn't have to look like all the yoga videos or whatever. It can just be you on the floor feeling what feels good in your body. Maybe one side's tighter than the other, maybe one side's more flexible, maybe you noticed a pain that you didn't notice before. Maybe you noticed that this stretch feels really good and you've never done this stretch before, and now you want to do this stretch all the time. And like, yeah, I don't know. It just is nice. It was nice. I really enjoyed my stretching time today. Number 3, the reason why my hair is wet and is driving me crazy is I went to the beach today. Yay! Beach day. We had a little party session. Earlier this week, I went to the beach and I did a little dance party on my own, and it was so nice. It's just nice to like run around and feel like a kid again, play in the waves. Yeah, it was just nice, like watching all the birds running, dancing, jumping, doing cartwheels. And I even jumped into the water today. I know, it was very cold and it felt lovely. It was really nice. And that's always so nice because I remember as a kid, my dad always used to say whenever we would go to like any body of water, could be the ocean, could be a river. We didn't live by the ocean, so that was a very rare occurrence in my family growing up. But he would always be like, well, if you get wet, you're going to have to be wet for the rest of the car ride. So just remember that. And I think about that every single time I jump into the ocean these days. I'd rather jump into the ocean and be wet in the car ride home than not have jumped into the ocean. So there's that. But so number 4 after my beach party was taking a moment. Just taking a moment. You can say meditation. I could say meditation here. I do meditate. I love meditating personally. But I also feel like there is something about just removing the label of meditation and just like having 2 seconds to sit with yourself. Maybe I'm thinking about what I need to do for the rest of the day, or maybe I'm thinking about this, or maybe I'm thinking about that. But taking 2 seconds to recognize that I can slow those thoughts and that they can eventually calm for just a minute, so I can feel what it feels like to have my heart beat in my chest, the breath fill up my lungs, and my feet on the ground, and the birds outside, and what it feels like to be in this body on this day and this universe, you know? I don't know, I think there's something really magical about taking a moment to acknowledge all the stuff that's happening. You know, I acknowledge that there's all these things I need to think about. There's all these things that I need to do and blah, blah, blah. I recognize that there's a thought process that's happening in my mind, and allowing myself the time to say, not right now. For 2 minutes, or maybe 10 minutes, or 15, or 30 minutes, or whatever you have the time for. Maybe it's 30 seconds to say, right now, I am only right here. Right now, I am only right here. And that's how I started meditating, and I found like that was very helpful for me. I feel like every time I've talked to somebody that's tried to start meditating, they always do like the apps or like listen to YouTube videos of, you know, walk through meditations, whatever. And I'm like, it's just so much noise. It's noise on top of noise on top of noise on top of noise. And it's just not effective for me personally. I always tell people, everybody I've ever talked to about this, I'm just like, just be with yourself. You don't need somebody to tell you what it feels like to be inside your head. Just listen to what it feels like to be inside your head. So those are the 4 mindfulness practices that I practiced today. Yeah, I really enjoy mindfulness. I feel like sometimes when I get really busy and stressed, it is the first thing that goes out the window, along with exercise and all the other things that I enjoy and that help fill my soul. I think sometimes it's hard to remember to do it, and other times it's super easy. So that's life. But yeah, so that was day 23. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my journey. I hope that you're getting something out of this. If you'd like to subscribe, you're more than welcome to. No one's stopping you. I will be back tomorrow for day 24. But in the meantime, thanks. And yeah, I guess that's it. Okay, I got broccoli in the oven. I gotta go. Okay, toodles. Bye.